Wow, doesn't this seem familiar?
Yes, I don't even know what this game is, but I love it.
It's Portal!
You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me.
Oh my god, I
talk.
can actually pick up things.
Inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm
Let's pick up
curious.
this chart.
Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Alright, Mug, come on. I want you in the toilet. There we go. And I'm gonna bring you with me. Oh, he opened the door here. Or, glass, I guess. Alright, if I remember my portal, that is a companion cube up there.
Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
And let's put this on top of the button.
Genius.
Grab the radio again.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games.
Oh no, I
And
can't.
I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world. And perhaps every now and then, I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made. The thought won't last long. Goodbye, Stanley. Good luck with your work. And I sincerely hope that everyone lives happily ever after.
So, basically what you're saying is, I'm trapped in here. I can't go anywhere. You took the elevator away from me. How? Wait a minute. Oh my god, So, I could jump to my death. That's the only option you've left me with here. Alright, let's do it. Let's jump. Maybe we'll get lucky. Oh, actually, oh! Wow, what is this place? Why did the radio just shut off? So, wow. Beta. So this is like another developer's room or something here. Filing cabinets. Huh. Although oh wait, is this wood? Ceiling light. Nope. Huh. Doesn't seem to be a lot here that I could actually do here. Yeah, well, where'd I go? Where am I? Hey, what happened to the radio I was holding? Okay, I have no idea where I am now. This seems like the office again, but I'm not sure. Let's try this way. Nope, just another locked door. Alright, over here we have a wall that got blown out or something. Over here, another wall. Alright, let's try this way. Okay, oh, great. So I just came out the wrong door then. 423. Wait. Oh, what's this light? Oh, 427. Wait. This doesn't look like my office. What? I have no idea what this room is. This looks like a recording studio or something like that. Except it's not. There's no sound paneling or anything. Wait. And that looks like a security station. Great. Right after we had that big thought about that earlier. Alright, maybe there's another way out of here. Let me try going back this way. Okay, who turned out the lights?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean
This
to
whole
this
thing
world.
started
Oh, yes.
because
Yes, I'll
you
be back,
got
but there's
confused
no
yourself,
way.
pal.
Once
And
this
unfortunately, you don't
ends, after it
remember
all
that
comes
you
to
got
a close,
confused.
then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Alright, so, what now? Okay. So, we're back at the office again here. Let's try one more thing.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You know, I think I've had enough of this place. I think it's time we go back to that option we
When
saw the
Stanley
last
came to
time
a set of
and
two
escape
open
this
doors,
place. Because
he
this
entered the
is
door
getting
on his
crazy
left.
at this point. He gets confused and then blames me
Yet
for not
there was
wanting to
not
deal
a
with him
single
anymore.
person here
I'm
either.
done with this place.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
The broom closet. Again.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Seems like the same script again.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright, up to here. And
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not
what
an
was that code
indication
again?
of any human life.
2645?
Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being
2845?
held from him? What he could not have known. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the
Got
story
it.
as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety
Wow.
isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Okay, I can appreciate this. All right, I'll back off. I'm trying to escape here. I'm trying to escape from here, so I don't want to
Soothed
make you suspicious.
And rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Okay, here we go.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Actually, is going to go unanswered here because I am not listening to you, pal. I am
Stanley walked
gonna
straight
get
ahead
the
through the
heck
large
out of
door
here.
that read Mind
Escape.
Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
You know
The
what?
door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Yeah, but
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
you know, considering what this guy's been saying has come true in some senses, you know, let me turn back real quick. I'm just wondering if the mind control facility changed at all based on this. Or at least the security room.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Yeah, it still looks the same. Alright. Yeah, you know what? I kind of figured death was going to be the only way to get out of here.
With death?
So, let's head back this way and meet it head on. The interesting thing here is that we've learned that the code for portal is in here, so we don't know what his death means. His death could mean a boss fight or something that actually gives me a chance to escape here. So let's go meet this and see what happens here. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got down here. All right.
As
I can't move.
Whirred into motion, and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
No consequence
All right.
whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Looks like this is it. So this is Prince Brightstar signing off?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Ah! Where am I going now? No, this is blocked. Oh, hey, we must have made it to the end.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
So... Alright, so basically I really am trapped in here. This is some sort of a hell for Stanley here. No matter what choice he makes, he's just stuck.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
That's the thing I just said, lady. In fact, who are you? You're not the narrator. Nature paintings. So these are paintings... I think we saw this one back in the 6 door building. Stanley's computer. Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the 2 doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains identical to the first iteration. So yeah, here's my office, and then there's that poor bastard that doesn't have anything on his desk. So, okay, so this is the true definition of a developer's room, essentially, here, because the game has essentially broken the fourth wall of its own reality here, and is now showing us the game itself. Corridor. The spacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the 2 doors in a good time. As opposed to when we were kind of like right about here. Let's take a look at the other side here. The 2 doors. The set of 2 doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. And that's definitely what's going on here. From these two rooms, we've experienced what is essentially, what, 5 or 6 different outcomes at this point? Based on this decision and the decision we made after it. The office. Nice stain there. Oh, let's see here. The button sounds. A section of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard stroke and synthesized tone. These... Did we come across any buttons at some point? I don't recall that. What do we have here? Office computers. Oh, there's that bastard that was playing solitaire. And you know what? Yeah, this is now that I'm looking, this is definitely Windows 3.1 that we're looking at here. All right, credits. Cool. So so it looks like we've reached the. This is a weird way to present credits, because wouldn't you normally have credits scrolling up instead of on the wall like this, or is this like an interactive ending? Let's see here. Boss's office. Screens from the development of the boss's office. Wow, that first iteration was pretty bad there. In fact, you can see the developer textures on the ground. Office clock. Well, we sure took a look at that a few times. What do we have here? Underground, an early version of the underground portion of the game. Yeah, I didn't see a big escape sign up above that. What's this? Narration outtakes. Kevin Brighting, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game. So, I'm trying to listen. Where's the best spot for that?
Where were all of his co-workers? Oh, I don't know. How about
Here we go.
they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button
See how it's
pushing.
impossible for
Does
the
that
player
sound
to do
plausible to
anything
you?
in this room. Perfect example of poor level design. Textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad games.
It's kind of really faint, so I'm not going to stick around for any longer, unfortunately. Employee lounge. I'm sure those are just files that are just playing through the game, so I should be able to listen to them outside. Freedom ending. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Nothing there. What's this? Countdown desk. One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. I don't think we ever experienced that ending. Huh. This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. So that's a little better, I think. Well, I don't know. It's interesting to think how that looked at the end there with the cars that were parked on the side with the current version. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead. Oh, so the way we would trigger countdown ending based on this is the, what was it? The on button. Okay. Countdown room. An early version of the countdown room. Okay. What is this? Game design mockup. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mock-up is still in the game. These are all my office. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011, the second in March 2012, the third in February 2013. Yeah, I think I kind of liked the last one as well. The fact that you got the drawers open there. I think it's definitely an improvement. What's here? Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these in further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. Oh, let's see here. How do you... Okay, wow, congratulations. In line with our previous announcement regarding the ongoing promotion here... Okay, it's going too fast. How is the games? How is the game going? I hope it's a good or better than the first one. Okay. Moving on. These are more elements from the office, apparently. The lounge. Yeah, I think I like the current one better, too. What's this? The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. So there's a different ending there now? How would I access it? Cargo lift. This second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely different. Cargo lift again. The cargo lift was... Oh. Cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. Huh. Over here we have... meeting room. Oh, so... maintenance layout. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right. Since players will replay them so many times, we discussed a number of different designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. So, that's the two doors there. And then we go to the lounge, and then we either go to maintenance or to the other place, which is how it is right now. Two options. The other entrance would be hidden depending upon how you entered. Okay. One doorway to maintenance in the lounge, and the original back on track option. So, this would have put the maintenance opening before the lounge then. And then they were also considering putting a vent in place for maintenance. And a way to get back on track there? Alright. It's interesting to see how level design works. What's this here? Zending levers. These levers were originally a part of the zending. The player would pull a lever, and the narrator would describe what color lever they had pulled. I can't pull anything here. And what's the Zending? Zending, here we go. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. What part? This doesn't look familiar at all. Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the 4th version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. You know what? The wood that they're using here, this reminds me of, what was it, the 2nd or the 3rd loop through that confusion ending? Kinda, maybe? Escape menu. For a long time we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Ha! So they had an ending that would work properly when you began the game again then. Okay, we're back over here. Let's see. What's down this hallway? We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is preparing a new version of the Stanley Parable. Huh. Pretty cool. Alright, I think there were some more stairs down here. These are screenshots of the Stanley Parable HD remix. More endings, fewer endings. The point of the Stanley Parable HD remix is to win. Am I going crazy? Maybe it isn't the same image. What? Was that clock there before? I don't remember. How do I go back? Can you check for me? The point of the Stanley Parable HD remix is to lose. Larger words, text. If someone could just get rid of this text, maybe, then I could see what the game is about. Greenlight. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to Greenlight, Valve's process of approving games for Steam. The Greenlight page had only a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. That's pretty cool. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. That sounds pretty cool. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. So there was going to be a way to kill the narrator. Alien base. Awesome! That would have been an interesting ending. Maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. Pretty simple. The office. And we are back here again. Alright, so let's head on up here, because it looked like the ending for this place was going to be over here somewhere. Here we go.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Guess we're going to turn it off.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes
I
these
can't.
things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time
That
choose
goes
for
against
you.
what we just
Don't let
learned.
time
Well, well, well. It appears we have reached Stanley's inevitable defeat here. However, that is not all that has yet to be told here. As it turns out, I have been leading you all on this whole time. There may have been small glimpses of this coming through, but they were never intentional. I always wanted to keep it secret, what I knew. And now it is time for me to tell a great truth that I have learned about this game. Until next time, this is Prince Brightstar signing off. I'll catch you then.